Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and Byron's Adventures. So you can see we're on the diplomacy screen right here, just purely for the fact that I'd like to show you exactly what Vlandir is currently doing here. And they seem to be doing quite well in terms of successful raids, sieges, etc. in comparison to us. However, we seem to have inflicted more casualties, which I suppose is good. And otherwise they have basically double our strength at the moment, which is actually not even that bad, because there is a bit of a situation unfolding before me here. And as you can see, our army got caught with, again, the speed surge that the enemies tend to have when they exit an army. Now, what I have also been attempting to do is I've been attempting to find Kareth. And I'm not entirely sure, but I actually think he might have left the Azarai and joined someone else and left Kassira behind. Because I haven't seen him anywhere. No. He's actually still a vassal of the Azarai, and he was last seen at Kassira 2 days ago. However, he might actually be a prisoner. Oh, okay. That's understandable then. That is actually understandable. I thought to myself, I can't find him, because I went all the way over to my town to draw out a couple of extra cavalry units just to kind of shore up our forces, give ourselves a little bit of a reinforcement here or there. And yeah, well, thankfully, I was able to do that without being harassed too much. Whoa, slow down. What is going on here? Why is there a huge slowdown there? Okay, seems like it's rectified itself now. That was weird. That was super weird. Anyway, we're going to be making our shield wall here. We've got to be a bit careful about the contingents of cavalry that the Vlandians have, because of course they are actually pretty good at what they do. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit, if I do say so myself. Alright, let's just tell my cavalry to charge straight on in here, because we are going to just need to murder these guys as soon as possible. Just get them out the way. And I think that will be pretty good. We have so much cavalry. We really do. We have a massive amount of cavalry. And I've got to be a bit careful here, because I do want to use my cavalry in the most devastating way possible, because if I don't do that, we're going to be in a bit of a bad situation. So you can see here. Oh yes, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Now we have the infantry and the enemy's cavalry splitting itself pretty much down the middle, and that's great. That is exactly what we wanted. Unfortunately, it is... Oh, no, this is actually working quite well. I actually thought, they might be charging into our archers, but no, they were actually just charging into our infantry, which is perfectly fine with me, because if they charge into our infantry, then we're going to have a very easy time of stopping them, and indeed then massacring them for their indiscretions. But anyway, there you go. We can take out all of the enemies that we can see. I don't really see anything right now. As you can see, there's huge amounts of dust and sand being kicked up into the air, and my archers are completely unassaulted. As you can see, they're just literally just chilling out, doing their thing, and that's all we can ask of them. And I think I'm probably going to tell my infantry to charge now, because we have a pretty significant amount of them. We have 157 infantry, actually. So we probably want them to be doing something somewhat useful. Got to be a bit careful of these Vlandian sharpshooters as well. They are very, very powerful. The Imperial Sergeant crossbowmen are powerful as well, because they generally will do a lot to horses. And that's the main issue there, because if they're able to get a headshot on your horse or something along those lines, then you're going to be in a pretty bad situation, especially if you're behind enemy lines. You got to be careful with that. Now, I think I definitely made the right choice with utilizing my spear in a thrusting manner rather than a slashing one, because I was initially thinking, I've got to use a thrusting pole. I've got to use a slashing polearm. A slashing polearm is just the way that I like to play. Generally, I like to play with slashing weapons much more than I like to play with thrusting ones, because if you play with thrusting ones, you've got to be very careful with your timing, and you just have to be much more accurate in that regard. However, you know me, I'm not exactly like that. I'm not particularly accurate. I don't really put too much pride into my combat ability, because I don't know, I just don't care about it that much in comparison to other aspects of what I'm actually doing in the video. But anyway, the point is that in general, I have grown to really love using a spear on horseback, and in my opinion, it is really, really enjoyable. And I guess just getting used to it, really. Just getting used to it is actually a pretty important thing. Aha, so Tassinor, yes. Okay, so we're actually going to let Panalia go for no other reason than getting some additional relation with her clan. That was basically it. Ospia. Okay, yeah. So we'll probably try and get Ospia as well. So we'll let him go too. Oh, we have 100 relation with them, so it's actually not even necessary for me to let them go at this point. Ingaltha, gonna take this guy prisoner because Ingaltha is never gonna join us, in my opinion. He's kind of a unsavory character, shall we say. You know, he's kind of a little bit, you know, someone that you probably might not want to have in your faction, but if we can get him, then obviously we'll get him, but I think he will more than likely ask for a massive amount of cash nevertheless, so probably won't be someone we'll be seeing with a Byronian banner anytime soon, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm just taking as many units as I can, and I'm talking about cavalry here, and I have a very, very small amount of money remaining, so we are going to need to do something about that. I know someone actually mentioned in the comment section of the previous episode, hey, we're having some issues with money. Yeah, we certainly are, absolutely. And we have this castle here, which we're more than likely going to be taking relatively soon. As you can see, Engaltha is actually just going to be defeated. The Vlandian army that Ordric was leading started to starve itself out really dramatically, and as a result, my army was able to pretty much draw them into an ambush, which is exactly what happened here, and that's exactly what you saw just now. So that worked out really, really nicely, in my opinion. I also went to my town and got Bruce from the garrison there, because, let's face it, he's basically not doing anything, and it would be a good idea to get him, you know, out and about, getting some experience, getting some skills leveled up and things like that. That could be pretty cool. And, yeah, one of my other armies is actually doing a little bit of a siege. I'm gonna literally just attack these guys. That's also what I've been doing. I've basically been doing auto-resolves against Aserai vassals, trying to get their relation up as much as I possibly can, if it is necessary. And usually I'll take 1 or 0 casualties. So as you can see, this guy... Is this guy actually the leader? No, it's Padmos. Padmos is the leader. I believe I had an opportunity to speak to him, but I might have let him go, which is, I suppose, fine, because we then have the opportunity to speak to them later down the line. But yeah, I should probably take more notice of that. So Padmos. We're definitely going to get him to join us. Yeah, also my money is going dramatically down. There's a reason for that. You know why? You know why that's happening? It's because of the mercenaries that I hired in the previous episode. I have 2 of those guys, 2 clans of those guys. And as you can see, whenever, yeah, look at that, the mercenary contract, whenever they get influence, they're going to take a massive amount of cash. And as you can see, they actually took about 10,000 from me, which is pretty significant. So I'm thinking we'll probably try and do something about that just now. So we're going to let Unkid go. I'm actually starting to let Unkid go. I've been defeating him in battle quite a lot. And there's a reason for that, because when the Aserai inevitably get eliminated at some point in the future, I would like him to have a massive relation with us, so that if we can, I would like to be able to persuade him to join us, and then who knows what's going to happen. Maybe we'll have another former liege under our command, and then we'll have a very, very strong army indeed. Alright, so it seems like Kasira is actually going to get taken, and I believe this guy actually has Kareth as a prisoner. So we'll see what actually happens when Kasira is taken. I would like to go into the marketplace here. Oh, they're probably not going to have any... yeah, they're not going to have any food, that's for sure. But they probably won't have any money either. Oh, look at that. I actually gained 19,000. Wow, how did I gain some money right there? Not entirely sure. Oh, it was from the... from defeating Unkid, wasn't it? Yes, it was from defeating Unkid. Okay, so let's have a look-see here. Okay. Oh, this is actually going to go to me. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll give it to me then. Why not? Let's give Kasira to me, because I do need the taxes and tariffs. I'm actually glad to see that the game is a little bit, shall we say, adaptable in that respect, because I was thinking, half thinking that, maybe they're just going to continue giving things to my vassals, and that might not really work out too well in the end. But anyway, I have 1,000 gold remaining. Who would have expected that, eh? I mean, if you've been watching this series all the way from, I don't know, part 20, part 30, something like that, then you'll kind of understand the reason why I'm a little bit, well, not shocked, but a little bit confused as to how we got here. Because apart from the fact that I've just been donating a massive amount of cash to all of these, terrible, terrible individuals that just turn around and backstab us, once we've given them, I don't know, 1.5 million or something to join our faction, and then all of a sudden, no. They have then joined the previous faction. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that has obviously been going on for us most of the time in this playthrough. And it's nice that that might not very well happen any further. So there you go. So now we have Kasira. I'm going to go and set it up with our improved garrison mod, and we're going to just get... we're probably going to try and get about... I'd say 300 or so in the garrison there, and then just let the militia deal with the rest. As you can see, Saruk is having a bit of a problem with his starvation. I'm also having difficulties with the amount of gold that I'm having to spend here. Thankfully, Kasira has a massive amount of cash. As you can see, they got 91,000. So I should be able to sell all of this. Yes, I am. And then we're going to sell all of our horse harnesses? Yeah, horse harnesses. And, oh, wait a minute. Did I just, yeah, I let some good things go right there. We don't really want to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so what I'm actually going to be doing is apparently getting rid of desert horses almost all the time for some reason. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing is basically leaving the ones that are really, really good. So anything that's giving me 40 or more horse armor, I'm probably going to leave that in my inventory, because you never know when you might get a new companion, or you might get, a bit of an upgrade or something like that. So we're just going to leave that right here, this one. And then we're going to go over to our armor here. And now I have a huge amount of this. So I should be able to get another 30,000 or so out of Kasira here. Bear in mind that it is my town, so I don't really want to bankrupt it super hardcore. But hopefully we're going to be having enough here to do what we need to do. Now, that's the funny thing. I have so much loot that theoretically, if I had places to sell it, I would have probably about, I don't know, maybe 500,000 or something like that. I probably have 500,000 in my bank, in my coffers at the moment. That would probably really help us out. But yeah, as it stands, that's obviously not the case. So, oh, Barnabas. Yes, join me, Barnabas. Thank you. All right, so let's have a look here. So Garrison Recruitment, we're going to go and recruit, let's say 350. Let's say 350, and then we'll recruit prisoners above threshold. Shall we do that? No, I don't really want to do that. We are going to recruit prisoners, but we're just not going to recruit above the threshold. And we will be recruiting new troops as well. Yes, thank you. And Garrison Training, so we're going to do this too. So we're going to set it at about tier 4. And we're actually going to set the upgrade path as well. So the upgrade path is really, really cool with this mod, because basically what you can do is you can say whether you want archers or infantry or cavalry. I'm going to say cavalry, and we're going to say Azarai, because obviously that's mostly what we can do here. And I'm going to be selecting Mamluk heavy cavalry, so they will go along that upgrade path. Obviously, because I have specified not above tier 4, they're only going to take it to tier 4. But that's all that I really need. I'm not going to need anything more than that, in my opinion. So hopefully that's going to work out quite nicely for us. And otherwise, do I need to put anything in here? Do I need to put any people in here? No, not really, but I do need to manage the towns. So let's actually go and do that. And, oh, it seems like all of the fortifications are perfectly intact. That seems fine. Okay, that seems perfectly fine. All right, so nothing really necessary there. And hopefully we will start getting people in the garrison post-haste as fast as possible. Please, that would be nice. And aha, Kareth has actually escaped from captivity. So that means that hopefully he will appear on the horizon relatively soon. All right, so here we go. We got a critical success with Padmos of the Embers, and I'm very much hoping that he will end up joining us. Now, hilariously enough, we gained a critical success on a 68% chance, and you know me, I never have luck when it comes to that 68% chance. It never works out for me at all, which is actually very strange, because 68% chance with a critical success, you're more likely to achieve something than not, but I always seem to fail it for some reason, so maybe I'll have to go for the 50% chance that is the alternate option in those cases. But aha, look at this. We actually have something going on here, and we also were able to convince the Embers to join us, which is fantastic. So let's actually see what's going on here, because we have a minor faction there as well. I'm actually going to just see something real quick. Let's go. Can I see who's the leader? Theus. Okay, so let's see if I can find him potentially, because we might be able to persuade him to join us. Also, bear in mind that Encurion and Oros are right here. This is actually perfect. Hello there, Encurion. I would like to speak to you, sir, and I would very much like to converse and potentially attempt to persuade you. So let's try, shall we? All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I personally do not believe that I will be able to get this 68% chance to work, because every single time I have tried to do this in the past, 68% has been like ineffective, and it never gets me what I need. So I'm actually going to take this. Okay, that's also not going to work. That's so strange, because every single time I do the 68%, oh, there we go, 85%. 85% didn't work either. Look at that. I guess it's just not meant to be to get this guy to join us again, because I believe he actually joined us in the past, and I'm going to be attacking him right here. We're just going to do an auto-resolve real quick, because he's going to go down pretty fast, as you can see. Look at that. Super quick victory right there, because he basically just had, as far as I'm aware, probably just recruits. We're going to let him go, just for the sheer fact that we'll no doubt encounter him in the future, and we might be able to have a little bit better luck next time, which is highly unlikely, but we'll see. Anyway, let's just take some more loot here. I really do need to go to the nearby Botanian town, which is... Oh, wow, there's actually... Okay, that's... Ooh, Nifon is there. Nifon? I'm actually not sure whether he is a clan leader. No, Sarandon is the clan leader of his clan. That's kind of unfortunate. And there's Ovagos. I might be able to get Ovagos, actually, if he is the clan leader as well. Is he? He is. Unfortunately, however... Oh, dear. I think I executed Achios before being a betrayer in a previous episode, and that has not really done me any favors with that guy at all. So we now have minus 31 relation. So that is not particularly good. Anyway, let's try this out. Okay, so I'm going to try the 68%. Oh, it actually worked. Whew. Okay, it actually worked. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's try it. Oh, nice. Another one. Now, I do believe that Oros, if he joins us... Ooh, ineffective. If he joins us, he will join for free. Nice. Okay, we actually did it. Can you believe that? Wow. Yes, he does. He does actually join for free. As we thought previously... That's exactly what happens with him. And look at that. Honoratus was actually a part of the army over there, who is now getting absolutely murdered by the large army that Ospia has gathered together, which I gotta say is not exactly great. Let's have a look at how many recruits they have. They have 64 recruits. They've got a lot of people, though. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon that I will be able to defeat them, but I might be able to convince Ovagos potentially. Maybe. Let's actually have a look at the Lake Rats as well, because the Lake Rats might be some minor faction that I might be able to persuade. Uzlav. I have no idea where Uzlav is. He's actually at this town, very, very far away, so unlikely that I'll be able to do anything with him. But, ooh, here we go. Okay. Wow, they actually disbanded their army? I can't believe that, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to be very careful here. Because... I don't really want to try and persuade any Vlandians if I can help it. Oh, this guy's engaging Oros's party? I don't know why you'd want to do that. Oh, wow. Okay, this is not a good idea, sir. Do you want to engage me? Yeah, they do. Okay, but wait. Look at this. I might be able to... What? This guy went in there? Okay, that's kind of strange. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's see if I can speak to... Is Thomond anyone in particular? Let me actually just have a look. No, Calatilde. Yes, we know Calatilde. She was a betrayer as well. So, yes, we have to be a bit careful. All right, well, I think I can probably do something here. As you can see, Perek. I don't believe he's anyone. No, Hekard is the person. You know, I wanted to speak to Tassinor if I could help it, because I think that Tassinor, yes, he is the leader of his clan, so it would have been fantastic if we could have gotten him, but unfortunately that is not the case. So I suppose we will just have to let him go at the end of this, and then we'll see what happens after that, but, I guess that's just how it will be. I have... Wait a minute. I have no infantry. Yes, that reminds me. I have no infantry, so I guess I will just use everyone in a follow me position. And we will go for a wedge. A massive, massive wedge of cheese. Yes, of cheese. And no doubt they are going to be whining very soon. Yes, I'll let myself out. Alright, anyway, let's see if we can do some damage. Let's see if we can do some damage against their cavalry. Oh, nice. Look at that. 510 damage. Wow, that's actually a lot. That's... Is that the most that we've ever seen apart from a couch lance? Maybe, but it is against a horse, so I don't think it really counts. But, there you go. Anyway, hopefully my forces will be able to defeat the, the cavalry that are in amongst them over there. And now I'm not entirely sure what to do with a full cavalry force, because charging straight on in to a force of units that have a lot of polearms is going to be extremely bad for our health. So I'm not entirely sure what we can do. I guess we can just do a little bit of horse archery, and maybe that's gonna help us a little bit, but I guess you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just go pretty far away, but we're gonna try and draw the enemy into kind of like a straight, flat battlefield, and this is, I think, pretty good. Now we're gonna tell my cavalry to charge. We're gonna keep my horse archers following me for the moment, and we're gonna see if we can maybe do a little bit of damage to some of these polearm users. And let's tell my horse archers to charge in now as well, so that they can go into their wonderful circle of death that we have seen previously in the series with the horse archers. And hopefully that's going to work out quite nicely for us. There we go. Come on. More damage, Mr. Byron. And, oh yes, I believe that someone said, what age is Byron now? What age is Byron? Well, here's the thing. The Grow Up and Work mod, basically what that does is if you have children, it artificially increases the speed at which you age, because it is also increasing the speed at which the children age. So, as a result of having that enabled, Byron was leveling up, or shall we say not leveling up, yes, aging up very, very quickly. And now that none of his children are having the benefits of the Grow Up and Work mod, his rapid aging has stopped. So he's no longer aging at an extremely fast rate. So he is back to a normal aging pace. So that's the reason why he hasn't died yet. I actually thought he was going to die, but we obviously did not have that many children after basically when we placed our wife, Yana, when she was in the castle, Sesterdheim Castle. When she was in Sesterdheim Castle, we were apart. So it was obviously not possible for Byron and her to, get together and do the deed. But, the point is that if I had done that, if I had had more children, it probably would have made Byron die much quicker. much quicker, actually. And it's kind of funny. I probably could have saved 10 years of his life or something like that if I had just not had twins at the end, because obviously he had twins in his final attempt, shall we say. Okay, so we're going to just let this guy go. And then we will be... probably let this guy go as well, because we have a negative relation with them at the moment. So it would probably make sense to, kind of increase our relation with them just a little bit, just a little bit. And there we go. Okay, so that was actually perfectly fine. We did pretty well, considering. I mean, we obviously have an army comprised entirely out of cavalry, which is exactly what I wanted to do. But bear in mind that that is very, shall we say, difficult to maintain. Not because of the food or anything like that, but just because the wages are so dramatically large. You can see here that our wages, it's actually not even that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot more than it actually is. But I guess I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so let me actually just take a look here. Anyone that I can speak to? No, actually not. Interesting, interesting. So I guess what I could do... Let's actually have a look here. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do here, but my people are creating armies, which is fantastic. I should actually have a look at what kind of influence they have. Yeah, so these guys have influence, and that's exactly the people that should have influence, because they're the ones that I will trust to make armies and go and do whatever they need to do. So I'm actually going to give Krotor a little bit more influence so that he can maybe make his own army, because I feel like he's actually really good, and he seems to be quite active in hunting down enemy vassals and everything, and that's exactly what we kind of want from someone, especially someone with 5 clan members. They should be pretty strong. Okay, so let's actually have a look at our armies at the moment. This is, wow, yeah. He's actually leading an army already, as you can see, so that's really, really nice. Look at that. Fantastic. And their cohesion is doing very well. So Rook's cohesion, not so much, but that's okay, because he seems to be winding down his campaign, shall we say. So I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's speak to this guy. Now, let's actually have a look. No. Wait, he's part of Durthart's clan. Okay, I'm actually making a mistake here then. Okay, so let's have a look about making peace. They're happy to make peace for 1 dinar. That's kind of funny. So that means that if we do attack someone that is outnumbered by us, which is most people at this point, with the exception of the large armies, of course, then it is more than likely that they will accept a peace agreement for a very cheap price. So if, and here's a nice little consequence of that, if the Khuzait or the Batanians decide to declare war against us again, what we can do is we could just go to the Vlandians and say, hey, do you want that peace agreement now? And then they probably will accept it pretty quickly. So I'm kind of happy with that. I think that's actually pretty cool. So at least we have checked that out now for science, and we're going to be pretty happy. I think we're going to be pretty happy with it. So in this one, I'm actually deciding just to charge straight on in. So we're not going to be doing any tactics or anything like that. I'm literally just going to go straight on in and see what happens, because this is also for science. I'm doing a little bit of testing here just to see what strategy is the most effective. Is it just blind brutality and aggression, or is it a little bit of tactics mixed in with some strategy? Because at the moment, it seems as though blind brutality is apparently working. I don't know why that would be the case. It doesn't seem like that would be very smart. And I mean, that's the point. I'm doing this completely just for a bit of a test as to how good this is. Obviously, it does matter what kind of enemy you're fighting as well. So I was a little bit worried about the enemy beforehand. So maybe that's also a reason why I decided to use a couple of tactics in comparison to now, where I kind of don't think they really have anything that can stop us at the moment. And it's funny because I'm actually not using units that are extremely high tier, if you can believe that. Most of my units are tier 3. And, I mean, you do have the heavy cavalry, of course. I do have quite a few heavy cavalry, as you can see from the kill feed at the top. I have a lot of those heavy cavalry. I do have some elite cataphracts as well, but not that many. I've only got about 8 or 9 of those. So it's not overwhelmingly powerful or anything like that. Alright, so this guy is in Galtha. We might be able to get in Galtha, so I will let this guy go just in case. Maybe I will be able to. And we're going to take this guy prisoner because he's part of Dirthart's clan, and we know that Dirthart is rolling in money. So if he's rolling in money, that means that he will be able to pay the ransom, and probably quite a large ransom as well. Or at least I can hope that will be the case. Anyway, let's take all of our loot. We're actually quite close to the Botanian town now, so it might actually make sense for us to do that as well. So I'm going to go over there. I could theoretically attack this guy too. Yeah, there you go, Garvey. Wow, we actually got 3,000 gold for Garvey, which is quite considerable for how much he's worth. I don't think he's worth that much, to be honest. No offense, Garvey. No offense. But yeah, anyway, hopefully that's going to work out quite nice for us. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to try and persuade a couple of other people too to join us, because even though they're not at war against us and they can't, you know, bring us fiefs and things like that, even though they can't bring us fiefs, it might very well make sense for us to just try and see whether we can get them on our side. Let's have a look here. Oh, Caladog, of course. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so hopefully this... Oh, 108,000? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay, I should be able to get a massive amount of cash from this particular town. So let me actually just do this. And how much do you think I'm going to be able to sell? You can see the scroll bar on the very right of the screen. Do you see this little scroll bar right here where my cursor is? That's the scroll bar. That's how many pieces of loot I actually have in my inventory. It's kind of crazy. I did say that I was sitting on a massive amount of money, and it's true, you know? It's very, very true indeed. And there you go. We left them with very little indeed. So I'm actually going to be buying some food here just to stock up a little bit, and it is going to, in turn, give us a little bit of extra money to be able to squeeze out of them. So there you go. 106,000 just from selling some random loot that we gained from some fights. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm actually just going to go in against this guy. Just going to go and auto-resolve him because I still am going to be doing that, where we're just going to be running around auto-resolving as much as we possibly can. And especially this guy who has Calatilde in his clan, we might very well be able to persuade her to come back, because if you recall, Calatilde I actually gave a town to earlier on in the series when we were fighting against the Kaoses. And she ended up leaving straight away, basically, back to the Vlandians, or back to someone, at the very least. And that was a very unfortunate happening, so hopefully we'll be able to do something about preventing that from happening again, potentially. So anyway, can we... Chase... I always get mixed up between Phaedon and Phauron, because there's two of them, and they have very similar spellings. And Chason is obviously the leader of his clan, so unfortunately I won't be able to speak to him at the moment. Okay, so we have Ovagos as well. We've got to bear in mind that Ovagos is also here. And as you can see, he's actually attempting a siege surrounded by our vassals, which is so incredible to see. It's actually it actually warms my heart just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing dramatic, but just a little to see our units working as a team. It's really cool to see that, for once, because we've been alone for so long, and with Kareth. And speaking of Kareth, I don't know where he is. I really need to... He is basically our loyalist friend. You know, he's basically the loyalist friend that we've ever had, apart from the fact that he did end up leaving us at some point. But, yeah, let's actually see what happens here. Can I speak to him, actually? No, I can just help the castle. Yeah, I guess we will just end up helping the castle then. Why not? But you know what? We're actually going to do that in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.